I'd like to actually, good afternoon, everybody. So, if all you have your lunch, yeah, most of you have lunch, you probably just so you can actually eat together and listen to this class together as well. Okay, so this is actually a lunchtime talk we're having. Okay, so I just introduce myself. I'm Fabian from Living Essentially. Yeah, so today for this lunchtime talk, okay, we've actually very privileged to invite somebody to share with us. Many of us, we always want our kids to listen to us, but sometimes why they don't listen? And why are they? Because actually every kid is different. They have all different characters and so on. Yeah, so today, okay, we actually be learning how can we actually connect together with our child using Bazi. Okay, and okay, to actually share with us, okay, today, okay, we're actually very fortunate, okay, to actually invite somebody like so-called a superwoman. Okay, why do I say so? Okay, because she, okay, is actually she's not only a caregiver to her. She has two active children, okay, two kids, okay, that she's a caregiver to, and also a caregiver to her mom as well, okay, so she's a stroke patient. On top of this, okay, she's also a metaphysics practitioner, she's a yoga coach, she's a spa therapist and hypnotherapist, okay. So she wears many multi hats, okay. So we're very fortunate to have her, okay, to actually come and share with us, okay, this topic. So one of her mission, okay, to help to see people upskill and be healthier, okay, and see a kid developing holistically, and just with our motivation, okay, every morning, and to fill with drive and passion. So, okay, without further ado, okay, I'd like to put our hands together, okay, and welcome Gloria Lim.
Hey, hello, thank you everyone. Yep, so thank you Fabian for giving me the fantastic credits. Okay, so I hope to share with you my knowledge and my passion with you today. So I'm a wellness advocate from doTERRA, and I'm also a metaphysics practitioner today. I wear many hats as Fabian has shared. So this is what he has shared with you, and why I go into all this, and because I realized that when you use one healing technique itself, it doesn't really help as effectively, because if you understand Chinese, there's this thing that the Chinese say, 天时地利人和, universe, heaven, earth, and man. We must come together to have alignment so that our healing and our actions, can have the most impactful and reap the most benefit for us. So that's why I actually ventured into metaphysics 6 years ago. Yeah. So then, since then, I have actually helped quite a lot of people to use healing technique along with the right timing, the right things to do. Yeah. And so what we'll cover today, I'll actually share with you what is Bazi, okay, and explain to you what is the lenses that your children see, so that you can understand your child through their lens, okay, and then how to best connect with your children through understanding their 5 structure, okay, then some of the common issue. And the best credit that I'm going to give you today is the secret tools that I'm using to overcome the challenging moments I have with my children, and as well as taking care of my mom. Yeah. So a disclaimer here, because doTERRA is a very responsible company, and since I'm actually sharing their products today with you, I have to do this disclaimer. I'm not a doctor or a medical professional. So what I'm sharing here with you is through experience and through the testimonial of a lot of our clients, our users, And why I like essential oil, why I fell in love with it, because of the fast result. Okay, later I'll share with you my output structure. I'm an output structure, so I like being fast and furious and effective. So I actually like it, like doTERRA, because I find it's very pure. It's so pure that you can eat it. So yeah, if you can put it in your mouth, it's good lah. So, and my children love the smell, and they don't know that they love it, because you see, I use the diffuser, so they just like soak in the environment. And how fast do essential oil work? They can actually because of the micromolecule, they can actually penetrate through our nose, our sense of smell, in 22 seconds. Okay, 2 minutes to be in our bloodstream. And many of y'all feel that, how come I diffuse doTERRA oil for a while and then I don't smell it anymore? Because it has already gone into our bloodstream. Okay, because our human is not new to essential oil. It has been used in many occasions, in many formats, like if you eat pipakao, it's in there. If you use the Tiger Balm, our Singapore local product, it's also using essential oil. Okay, so this finding is research. It's not by myself. Okay, and the 3 ways that I use it, I use it through diffusing, or you see before the class I was a bit nervous, so I actually use peppermint and lavender to drop into my hand, and I actually inhale it to calm myself down. And then topically, to just apply it on your the back of your neck or your wrist. And like I shared just now, I actually ingest it, and it really helps me because ingestion is it's a very good way for me to actually remove my bloatedness and things like that. So all the qi that I have contained myself with my kids can actually be released. And of course, inhalation, it actually improves mood, not for yourself only, but for the people around in the same environment. Okay, that's what I thought about 天时地利人和, right? The environment, you are the creating the 地, okay, for an environment for the kids, and then the main action can take effect. So what is Bazi? Bazi is actually not a it's not a Taoism, it's not a belief, okay? It is actually a Chinese astrology system. Okay, so it's a kind of science like TCM. You don't go to TCM and say, oh, I'm a Taoist because I go to TCM. Okay, so it has no religion context here. Okay, so it's safe for everyone to use. And if you like it, it's like a profiling tool. So I actually use Bazi because I'm HR training, right? So I actually use Bazi to do profiling of my staff. And it's actually faster and better because you don't even need to ask the person go through some questionnaire like DISC to know that I'm a DI or what. But I just look at their Bazi, I know what they are. Okay, so then it's actually based on this structure called the 5 elements, as you can see here, the support and the destruction structure. So these are very complicated stuff. We don't want to use it. What my shifu has come up, my shifu is Joe Yap. He actually came up with a software system whereby you can just key in your date of birth, your time. If you don't know your time, some people don't know, it's okay. It's as Bazi is as good to use with that. Okay, so if you every year will listen to the those zodiac sign. So who here type 1 if you have ever have any encounter with Bazi, so that I can calibrate the amount of information I'm going to download to you. Nobody. So type 1 if you're new to Bazi. Okay. Wow, okay, thank you. So all of you here are starting out like me to learn Bazi also. Yes, Bazi is very vast. So when you hear every year listen to the zodiac sign, like, wow, this year Tiger number 1, what. Actually, it's only 1/4 truth, because if you generate and have your own Bazi chart, okay, you will see that in the bottom here, there's actually 4 animal signs. Okay, so actually, what do all these things means? Okay, the things here means that the top here is actually the heavenly stem. It means what people see you. The earthly branch is what is your internal self. Okay, then the different palaces, there's 8 different palaces, that's why it's called Bazi. They actually represent your mentor, your friends, then your career pillar, your wealth, then this is your destiny, and then this is your spouse, and this is your children palace and your asset. So just now, one of my friends asked me, so children, how do we define children? In the Bazi world, children is below 15 years old. Okay, if they are above 15 years old, we look at them as an adult structure, and we have to look that they became more complicated. Okay, so this children structure here, if you are looking at your own Bazi chart now, right? If you see your own Bazi chart, This children palace does not mean that how many children or all your children is the same. Then like that, jialat, if you have 5 kids, all your kids is the same. Then it's so boring, right? No, it's just the perspective of how you handle children. So, which is why you find that if you have more than one kid, some of your kids click with you, some of your kids cannot click with you because you use one lens to look at their world. And they have a very different lens from you most of the time, right? Yes, very hard to understand Bazi chart, Doreen. That's why I spent 5 years and I still call myself a beginner. Okay, so if what Joey Yap has come up with this profile, right? He actually come up with this 5 structure, which is what we are talking today. And if you have been in my Telegram, I have been talking about the 10 profiles. So what is the difference between the 10 profile and the 5 structure? The 5 structure is the lens that they use to see the world, how they understand the world, the preferred way. Okay, then the profiles are their so-called innate talent. So if let's say, for example, this guy here has got 7 killing. In fact, this guy is my boss. Yeah, you know that he's a go-getter. Yeah, so then you know when you talk to him how you should, be putting forth to him. And then you also want to see how you talk to him and how he see you. Okay? So this is like the mirror and this is like a way of communication. So the 5 structure, to put it, the 5 structure output, the yin and yang, the 10 profiles can be grouped into the herding officer, the eating god. So there's no difference between yang is better, yin is no good. Okay, they are just a representation. The day and the night is as equally important to to everyone. Okay, you cannot live the whole day, your life all day light and no night time, right? Okay. So we go deeper into each structure. So I'm a creator profile. I'm a herding officer. So of course I'm not a very easy kid to bring up. Okay. So how many of you are herding officer? How many of you is a creator structure? Put a C if you are a creator structure. Yourself. The chat not moving or you're not typing. Don't have only me. Cannot be There's only 5 structure. Okay, BB is a output like me. Okay, so she probably want me to cut the bullshit. Oh, okay, Jasmine, had to see. Do you have your Bazi chart? Oh, okay, yes, good question here. Yes, you have your Bazi chart. You scroll to the very bottom. Okay. And let me share with you my Bazi chart. You scroll all the way to the bottom, then you will actually see the 5 structure and the 10 profile. There's a table there. Do you all see it? Okay, then the more intelligent one, these are my resource and direct resource people. These are my thinkers profile friends. Okay, if you all see my phone, 会不会太小? Okay, scroll to the bottom. It's actually here. Okay. Yep. Thank you, Joanne. Oh, thank you, BB. Yeah, okay. So if you see, it's all the way here. And then the more clever people will ask me, I see the pink one or the yellow one. Okay, so if you hear the those zodiac those like 大师, right? Every new year tell you this and that. Okay, actually, every year there will be a different, because this is astrology, right? So as the planets move, different energy come into your chart. Okay, so when different energy comes into your chart, you will have a slight difference. You'll feel a slight different lens that year. Like for example, again, my boss here, he is actually a high influence person. So 7 killing very high, go-getter, blah, blah, blah. Then as you see, annual chart is the pink color one. Suddenly now in the earth, he's come into the connectors. companion structure. Then this year he suddenly see, oh, okay, results are very important, but human beings are important too. So he start to want to connect with people more this year. And you see it's a very extreme from like 90% to 100%. Yeah, so some of us will say, 诶，他今年鬼上身 why he suddenly so nice to us this year? Something is wrong. Yeah, maybe New Year resolution, want to be a more friendly boss. Yeah. So this is how you see. We want to work with the natal chart because it's more unmoving, because it's the natural energy that is born with them. That's their natural lens. Once the year is over, they will fall back to their same pattern. Okay. And then also one question that people always ask me, why your this one is water, my one is earth? It's different because everybody's structure is different, okay, because of the amount of 金木水火土 in your chart. So it's different. So you just look at the structure and ignore the elements. Okay? Can I move on? If can, give me a 1. Okay, thank you. So I move on, yeah. Okay, so going back to the output structure. Okay, output structure are the hunting officer and the EG profiles. Okay, they actually are creative people. They like attention. They like to express themselves. Okay, and they are the center of party. Some of them you can see they are the party animal kind. Okay, although I'm an output profile, but I'm not really the attention-seeking kind. Okay, so people like that, they like to connect with people a lot. All right. So like your child, he will go around and say hello to people and all that. So that very strongly, you can see your child is an output profile. And then I actually use Intune to help them. Like today, I'm very stressed. And when I was creating this slide, I was thinking, how can I actually share Bazi and use my secret tool to share with you all? So I actually use the oil Intune to help me gain some creative juice. So this oil itself actually creates the environment for me to have my creative juice flowing, and also to get myself into the mood. Like if they are having difficulty, like I was like output people, right? They are everywhere sometimes, so a bit hard to get them to sit down and study. So you can use this Intune oil. It helps them to focus. Yeah, and then this overactive output, I wouldn't say that they are unhealthy, but I'll say they are overactive. There's two extreme ends. So the good balanced one, you will see that they are very creative. So I'm at the a little bit out one, which I like to also a bit of introvert in me. So at the extreme ends, there are people to how to define healthy and unhealthy. You see their behavior, because a human being, I cannot say I'm healthy, my Bazi is healthy, and then I will stay forever in a healthy mood. Because like I say, 天时地利人和, sometimes the moon also affect our mood, right? Because it can affect the types. It will definitely affect our mood, because 70% of our body is made of water. So it can draw the sea, it can draw our emotion. Okay, so sometimes day and night your kid can also behave very differently one. Okay, so how we actually see whether they're healthy or unhealthy, we need to observe their behavior. That's where the man action has to come in. And then that's why I have my secret weapon, which is when they're off tune, I will tune them back with my oil. Okay, then this when they are actually on the other spectrum, okay, it's either they are very uncreative, they are very focused. Like for me, I can only draw repeat the pattern. You ask me to draw some picture come out, my house always look the same one. It's 4 triangles. Yeah, so there are people who are the overactive, and then there is another extreme end of the overactive, which is they try everything, but they are master of nothing. Yeah, and they cannot find happiness in learning, because they feel that, hey, I must learn, I must perfect something, I must know everything. Yeah, so there are some kids like that. They drop their ECA, their CCA, sorry, ECA is my time, CCA very fast, because they will find that, hey, I'm not good at badminton lah. I try a while only. I don't like it. Yeah. So these people, we can actually use balance for them. It's a grounding oil. I think a lot of my 前辈 in the Terra is here. They'll tell you that it's a grounding oil, and it's actually very good to bring them back to the center of their spectrum. Okay, and it's also, and it's ready to use, and this oil itself actually is one of the emotional healing oil. Okay, so much for output. And okay, output people are very cheap and easy kids to have, because if you know the language of 5 language of love, words are very powerful for them. So you want them to listen to you. You actually diffuse the oil or apply the oil with them. Apply already. Remember, must wait for 2 minutes for the oil to go into their body, and other then start the effect already. Then you tell them, you know, must focus a bit on your studies. Cannot everywhere, okay? Yeah. Then your words start to sink in for them. Yeah, okay. That's how I use it. That's how my mom last time also psycho me. Okay. So the well structure. Well structure people is like a manager, okay? I want to drive result. I want to be very practical. So the kids that you are handling are very smart. So you are potentially very rich mom and dads here, okay? They are very result oriented. Whatever they do is practical one. And so the way you communicate with them, you must make sure you say the right things and it's proven correct. And then it must be efficient. If it's not an effective way, like you tell them, boy, you take the school bus. Then they say, take school bus? Then I go and pick up 20 other kids before I go school, don't want. Yeah, they will reject this kind of idea. Like you want them to take school bus, they don't want. Then they want to have you drive them there because it's the most efficient, comfortable way. Yeah. Okay, so these kids are good, but it's how you actually groom them, right? You use this serenity oil, okay, to actually must teach them that not everything is tangible result. Sometimes when you give, the things that you receive are intangible, called joy, called love, yeah, called good karma. Okay, because my husband is a well-structured, he's very strong one. Then he asked me, why you want to give up your lunchtime go and do talk? Then ask me to set up this thing, waste his time, dig out from the storeroom. Yeah. Then I tell him, you know, we do good and we share with people how to have kids. Then yeah, thank you, Adeline, for sharing your testimonial. Yeah, then we help people, it's not everything is about, you know, money exchange or tangible exchange and things like that, right? Then the overactive one are the control freak, very judgmental. They will throw things that they don't get their way. Yeah. Okay, you must use Purify. Because Purify is a cleansing blend. They will actually, what I actually should have, right? Like my husband sometimes can get very, you know, his temper is like just volcano. Yeah. So what you do is when you diffuse Purify, okay, it actually bring him down to ground zero. So it actually remove his judgmental mindset and actually calm him down also. Then after you see, he's reacting it to it already. Overactive wealth, if they are at the control freak, they are very angry kind. When they calm down, then they come down to ground zero. They are the more quiet people. You see them not talking so much already. Then it's your time to talk to them. Then you must go there. Boy, girl, you cannot throw things when you're not happy, you know. So healthy and overactive. Healthy means they are functioning at the right point. They are using their strength, or they are looking at the world at the right frequency. Yeah. Then the overactive they have, because maybe their chart inside have too many water star or whatever for wealth. Okay, then you know, like okay, Bazi has this clash punishment and all that that's why there are people who say, 哎呀，你的八字不好啦，你的八字很好什么. Okay, yes, you are born with the energy, okay, but it doesn't mean that you cannot change it. So this is the secret tools that I'm trying to share with you all here, is how you actually manage it with external tools, creating the 天时地利人和 to find the right timing. So how you create the right timing? You diffuse the oil for them, and then you create the environment for them. Then man action. You take a deep breath, wait for the right time to happen, then you go and talk to them and give them the message. But well-structured people are a bit more expensive. They're not cheap to maintain like me. What well-structured people like, the wealth really tell you ma. They like gifts and rewards. But to children, please don't give them an iPad and say, hey, you behave, okay, you diffuse the purifier already, and then say, hey, you behave, I give you an iPad if you study well. Please, don't do that. What you can actually do is that you can do like a reward sticker or a reward wall. Then you tell them, you have a good you don't go and, like, for example, you don't go and bully your titi this week, right? I give you a star. Then after 5 star, we can exchange for a lollipop or something like that. Make it fun. This will work with well-structured people. Super. They are the people who will go and collect NTUC point in the auntie context. Okay, right. So moving on, the support structure. Okay, this support structure, you hear like very good but when growing up, it can be a challenge, because support influence structure, they are actually the 7 killing and the direct officer. They are the law by law people, and if anything they don't like it, they are not going to abide by it. So what you talk to them is very how you talk to them and what you say to them, you have to be very careful. So like I have a 7 killing nephew. So he and I cannot talk, because I'm a creative person, right? I'm output structure. Every day I'm thinking of new things and every day expanding. So last time when I was taking care of him, I'll tell him, say, hey boy, you good boy, I actually buy you a meal Then after that, end of the month, I feel that I forget to give him the meal. Then it accumulates to next month. Then to him, he expect 2 meals. To me, I still think it's 1 meal. Or I say, okay then I up the game I buy you something else. Wow, he's super unhappy, even though the value is different. He said, no, you tell me I'm good this month or this week is 1 meal. Then I'm good 2 weeks means 2 meals. You cannot change other thing. Wow, he cannot take it. So that's like you promise your kid, okay? If you tell your kid, say, oh, if you score 100 marks or what in your teams here, I buy you something. Then you forget, right? Because we're busy. Then you go and replace with something else. That's not going to cut it, okay? So there are people, but they are very good children in the sense that I don't need to nag them to study because once I sell them the idea that you study well and then you get a good job. Okay, this is a very outdated idea now, right? But if he believe it, he'll really go for it. So I never need to nag my nephew to study. They also will in school excel in CCA, in leadership. Yeah. But because they are so like put themselves out there, right? I will actually want to protect them, to give them on guard. Okay. On guard is actually known for building immunity and all, but they actually also help to actually, structure is 0. Okay, later I tell you. So you see the structure that is high one, okay, must have legs come up. Nobody's structure is in the 0 one, confirm. If not, you must have keyed in something wrongly. Okay, so on guard actually is a very high frequency oil, and it actually helps to ward off negative energy because they are good leaders, but because they are still growing up, and if they take in too much negativity, and this world itself is a wet blanket. In Singapore, a lot of Asia culture, we like to say no to the kids. So if too much no for them, right, they will start to go into the overactive. That means they either become very indecisive and say, I don't want to decide already I very sian because every time I say something, people say no to me. Or they go to the other extreme, become very aggressive. No, who say no? Then it's, they tend to get into fight and all that. Yeah. So I will actually recommend that you actually take on guard to help them to protect their own boundary, to protect themselves from all this negative energy that is out there, especially now with the, all these students committing all these very depressing acts, all right? And so, like, for example, how do we support our kids who are overactive? Okay, you can actually use ginger. Ginger actually is a hot oil, huh? So if you use for your kid, huh, please, if you don't, you better diffuse it. If you don't diffuse it, you apply under their feet, huh? Must actually do the what's that thing? The dilution with the fractionated coconut oil. Okay, so Jessica asks, do we interpret the main structure or all the yellow point? Okay, so if you see, huh? Okay, so I take a minute back, huh? Okay. Can you see my cursor here? Oh, here. You see my cursor here? If you look underneath the five points, huh, you actually see their main structure is supporter. So like the natal chart, you can see the highest point they point to is influence. It can be like resource or whatever. You look for the highest point. Okay, in structure, look at the highest point. So just now, Calicia, okay, I pronounce your name wrongly, huh? Jasmine, huh? Okay, say 0, huh? 0 就不要管了 0 don't waste time. We only want to see the most active lens that they put on to look at us. Then that's how we can actually talk to them, because that's how they understand you. If they are 0 at well structure, then they're probably not going to be that kind of be attracted by money or whatever kind of, yeah. And yes, we refer to the main yellow, we look at the yellow spot. Okay, but 做人不要死死 okay. You cannot be like one straight line one, okay. Sorry, I'm talking from my output again. You see, this is the natural lens, I tell you, because the yearly energy, actually the energy, I'll make it complicated for you. There isn't down to the minute there's different energy shift, because the sun is moving, the earth is rotating. Okay, the energy can change one. That's why 天时地利人和, sometimes you also need to find the right time to diffuse. You don't try to diffuse at night and then you try to talk to them when they're sleeping. Okay, that one subconsciously can work lah. But some people, like the wealth structure doesn't work for them. They need to listen and reason. So 做人不要死死. Why? And then so how leh? Okay, we work based on the natal structure. But if let's say for like my boss structure here, this year his companion star is very strong, then maybe you can also use the companion structure to test it out with him, because at different timing he might see things differently. Like this year he's very influenced by his friend, then you might want to work through bring his friends to the house and then work through his friends as well. Okay, okay, we go back to our supporter, 7 killing, and the direct officer. Okay, so these kids, this one is what I want to highlight. They can be easily depressed, okay, and they are not afraid to harm themselves. So we need to take care of these kids if your kids have this supporter structure. Okay, yeah. I have in my hypnosis experience, I have dealt with a few kids, and those who actually did self-harm, they are usually the direct officer or 7 killing, because they are very adamant about the world has to be this way. So actually ginger actually helps them to reverse the victim mentality as well. And and also a bonus here for you on the language of love. When your kids are getting aggressive and all, you actually can give them a hug, a physical touch, okay, while you are diffusing the oil and talk to them. So when is a good time to use the oil? Okay, the good time to use the oil is when your kids is relaxed. So you need to observe the kid as a parent, right? You have to actually see, like for example, my daughter at night, she's not she's a nocturnal animal, I suspect. She's not very calm at night. She'll go around running and all that. When she's very calm, when she's tired from school, then when I diffuse the oil, right, as she's having her lunch, then I start to at her and she's okay. Yeah. But at night, if I try to heart talk, lie on the bed, talk to her, then she's like, Mommy, can we sing a song? Mommy, do you know this? Then she will try to chit chat with you. Then that's not a good time. So as a parent, we can actually try. But what I like to do is every morning before they wake, whole family wake up, I already start to diffuse some oil. So that the house is already filled with that. In the morning, I tend to diffuse more citrus oil, like lemon, wild orange, because then I also drink them for detox. Then the house is filled with a very cheery environment. Then when people wake up, also more happy. Yeah. So 做人不要死死啊, what I recommend here is, of course, some of the oils that have taken effect for my clients in hypnotherapy. So I actually want to share with you as well. Okay, but of course, if you don't have ginger at that moment in time, how leh? Anything works already, right? Like lavender, calm them down first, then talk to them if they are aggressive and things like that. Okay. Then the thinker structure. Okay, this one, there are people who will break down your house. But please don't be angry with them because they are just curious. They just want to tie everything out and understand why so the best toy to buy for them and not break your pocket is Lego. Because you allow them to build, they allow them to take it out. Okay, like when I'm younger, right? My one year my DO was like my direct resource was very high. I broke all my I cut my hair from my Barbie doll and all that. My mother like go crazy. Then I'll say, oh, I want to cut the Barbie doll hair and then I see whether it grow back or not. Yeah. So don't buy expensive toy for your kid if your kid is a thinker or resource structure. Okay, buy things that they can put in, and you can actually challenge them to like do blocks toy and all that. Yeah. Correct. So yeah, if your kids start breaking things in your house, and so don't leave your electronic stuff at home, unattended. It's very dangerous. They will start to go and unlock your phone and see why the phone can like that. Wow, jialat. Okay, so because they use their brain so much, yeah, frankincense is the oil for them. Okay, it's also known as the oil of truth. Yeah. So because thinker people, they are very quiet. So they are sometimes hiding in some corner, quietly trying to dismantle your stuff. So you better, sometimes they also were very smart, kids, they won't tell you one. They say, 我不知道, maybe 哥哥 do one, or whoever they can blame. Yeah. So you actually can use frankincense for them. And of course, wait for 2 minutes again. Then slowly try to dig the truth out from them. And then you slowly analyze with them. These are children that you can reason with. So still not so big check. Okay. You can analyze with them. You can tell them, say, I know you like to know things, but if you take my phone apart, then mommy cannot call you and all that. Please don't tell them money. The wealth structure, yes, you can tell them money. Say, hey, then I'm going to deduct 1 whole month of my pocket money from you. Then they scared. But if you tell this group of people, I deduct 1 whole month of my pocket money from you, then they say, never mind, my knowledge is more important. So you must tell them, oh, then I cannot contact you, mommy cannot work, or things like that. So you reason with them. Okay, then the overactive spectrum is they think too much. They think they are the one who tell you there will be monster in the closet. Yeah, and they believe it after watching Boogeyman, and then they don't want to sleep alone. Okay, and then if you're the other spectrum is they are very afraid to make decision. Okay, or they have separation anxiety. Yeah. So yeah, what you tell them to tell to children are a blank piece of paper, so you know how they process the world. You must give them the right input. It's like you do data analytics, right? Rubbish in, rubbish out. Yeah, so try not to show them boogeyman, or last time my husband show my kid Supernatural, if you know, it's all the ghost show, demon and all that. Yeah, so it's very terrible. So if your kid, let's say, for example, very young, they actually have separation anxiety. They're also the thinker structure. Okay, 小哈嘴, then you can actually use fennel for them. Okay, fennel is for a lot of mommy will know fennel, right? It's like, wow, the milk powerhouse. Yeah, so fennel not only actually because it's like a mother's oil, right? It actually can help to calm them, to tune in, to help them tune into their body, and it actually allows them to take responsibility. Yeah, in the small child's brain, it doesn't know what's responsibility, but this oil is very sweet. If you smell it, and it has also a very nice calming effect. It smells like their mommy, so they will feel a bit more assured. So if you actually diffuse this oil or use this oil, put on their feet before letting them go to school, they're probably going to cry a bit lesser, but of course your assurance to them is very important. So for this group of children, right, you need to tell them they are the action one. Yes, if your kid keep sucking fingers and when feel anxiety, okay, you can try fennel. If you know your kid's structure, you can straight away use the right oil for them. But if not, all the starting point, the basic ones are like, okay, you can use lavender to calm their nerve down. Okay, that one from a more scientific view, or the basic oils lah, huh? Fennel is not in it's not in the package of the basic oil. Okay. Then for companion, okay, congratulations if you have a companion structure kids. They are the most easy to bring up. They are the party animal. Okay, my two kids are the Rockwell and the Friendstar. Okay, when they are actually growing up, they are very they know a lot of people in your neighborhood, that kind. Yeah, they are actually the cheerleader for your parents. Like for example, when I'm cycling them, then they will tell me, "Go, mommy, go!" Then the whole world is like looking at us like, "Are we going for a competition?" Yeah, they are very fun kids to be with, but they are a photocopying machine. So they will photocopy what the parents do. Like for example, I go for facial gua sha class. My daughter will sit beside me. Mommy, what are you doing? Oh, gua sha. Okay, she also come and do. Yeah, she'll do what you do. So if you are a good role model, then easy. But if you're a person like me that will sometimes have volcano eruption, or let's say my husband, he also another volcano. Yeah, then yes, that one connector, the whole neighborhood, she's the MP already. Like, hey, hi. Yeah. So people like her, okay, you can actually use serenity as well. Okay. It actually helps them to calm down after a day of so many hello and so many friends, so many faces. They want to please everyone. So the very extreme end is a people pleaser. They want to give their energy to everybody. They want to make friends with everyone. So at the end of the day, please give them some serenity so that they can actually get them to tune into themselves and put themselves first. Because after all, this like energy giving out to people, they'll sometimes neglect themselves. So that's one of the overactive side. The other overactive end, they are the very manipulative, they are the very crafty, because they actually can see connectors ma, they can see, oh, 这个人, 那个人, then they'll know how I should actually make use of them. Yeah, so when they are very in school, sometimes I have friends like that. They know that, oh, Gloria know this prefect. So when I'm late, I ask Gloria when help me qiu. Yeah, then I will like, oh, okay, help you lor. Yeah, so these are the more overactive, not so good lah. Huh? Then you actually have to help them. And okay, there are people who cannot sleep properly at night, or like your child, right? Okay, if it's a baby, then it's natural. Okay, they're hungry, they wake up. But if they're not baby already, like 3-4 years old, they always cannot sleep properly. Something is bothering them in school or things like that. Okay, they cannot sleep properly. They're probably already a bit overactive because they are worried for people. They say, hey, my friend, like for example, the River Valley case. Okay, my daughter was very worried. I said, it's not even in your school. But what if it happens to my friend? What should I do? Then she cannot sleep there. Okay, so lavender is the best answer to them. Yeah, so it actually helped them to calm down at night. So this one, I can tell you, at night diffuse, or anytime they feel anxiety, diffuse. Okay, this one, or your kids sometimes become very withdrawn. Okay, but the good thing is these kids are not going to be self-harm one. They kiasi one because they want to live their life long, make as many friends as they can. So they will not go and self-harm. Okay, so so with this, I have actually come to the end of my 5 structure sharing. I know I dumped a lot of information. It's very confusing, right? Okay, just remember the oil, remember your kit structure, and start trying. There's no point listening and not taking action. Okay, so why? Okay, so a lot of you all see there's price here because I'm a very upfront person. That's why I prefer to take Grab than to hail a taxi because I don't know how much I'm going to pay at the end of the day. So the price, like for example, lavender, right, is such a good multi-purpose oil. It's only retailing at $30.67. This is in US dollar. Okay, it's cheaper than you buying a router to connect to your kids' Wi-Fi, or cheaper to buy a handphone to go and text your kids. Okay, so I really highly encourage you all to keep a bottle of oil that is suitable for your kids' structure. Okay. And if you are interested to continue this, because any behavior change need to take about 30 days. All right. So, but of course, this oil can last for more than 30 days. And this lavender oil itself, like I share, can do facial gua sha lah. Then my father-in-law also can sleep better with the oil. So the whole family can use it. So I really cannot find a better product that can serve so many purposes. So this is my secret weapon to tame my whole family. Then, of course, if you are interested to know how to get the wholesale price, because it's going to be a lifelong journey that we want to work with the very different people in our life, you can actually speak to the person that invite you into this chat, or you can actually chat with me. Okay, so this is so much for my oil sharing. Then if you want to know more about your relationship with your kids, this is more specific lah, because like just now I shared, your Bazi chart and your kids' Bazi chart, let's have to put side by side together and examine like if there's really a serious communication breakdown, what is the issue? Because that could be a punishment or there could be a clash. Okay. Then, of course, if you can look for my Shifu to do consultation, is actually USD $260. Okay, but I usually just charge 168. But because today you are here to support me, okay, it's only $68 for you. And today is a success day, which is a good day. So also to share with you a time selection. If you have something important to do, to say, to whatever today, is a good timing to do it. Okay, so whatever good things you do today will also come back in double, which is why I'm willing to knock off $100 from my consultation, but it's only for those who are here lah. Okay, then after you PayLah me, please actually share with me the screen so that I can follow up with you and arrange a time for consultation to learn more about your key structure. Okay, then of course, if you actually purchase the oil from me, and then you also want to know more about how to use the other oils and things like that, you can actually join my Facebook page. Okay, we have a whole village of support for you. Okay, that's how I also started out my journey in doTERRA. I have so much support and information coached by my upline, Miss Joanne here. Yeah. Okay, so do you have any question before I hand over the session to Fabian? You can unmute yourself. I've been talking to my screen, and you can unmute yourself and ask me.
You look at the chat. I think got a question there.
Oh, okay. I look at the creator structure. Yes. Creator structure, 那就是我啦. Okay. Anyway, this creator, wait okay, can see? Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. Okay, so this is the creator structure. This session is actually recorded. So if you are keen to get the recording, let me know. I can actually share with you again. All right. So I hand the time back to Fabian. Oh, okay. Wait, got one more question. Sorry. The consultation talk. Okay, so this consultation, I will focus on your it will be about 45 minutes. Okay, I will actually focus the whole talk about this session because consultation you can ask a lot of questions, right? But I think we want to focus it on your chart and your kids chart, and then if you have very serious problem or some issues on health or what, let me know. Then before we start the 45 minutes, then we will actually I'll give you the information during then. Okay, back to you, Fabian. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. Yeah, hi, thanks, Gloria, okay, for the wonderful sharing and insight, okay, on both Bazi and how to use essential oils, okay, based on our kids' Bazi to actually be able to help them or even connect with them, okay. Yeah, I'll be running all the profile from all my kids and then we'll know what oils to use for each of them. So once again, okay, we'd like to actually thank Gloria today, okay, for being with us and spending her time here, okay, and sharing with us, okay. So if you want actually to know more, you can check the person who invited you here. Yeah, or if you want, you can check with Gloria as well. Okay, for today's actually something called a virtual love oil program. It's under living essentially. So for me, I'll just actually go through a little bit. So for doTERRA members, okay, for under our living essentially, okay, we have this special love oil program, okay, that run from April to December. Okay, so the criteria is number one is to be on 3 consecutive months of loyalty rewards program, and the second is to attend an one Itovi party, and the third is to collect stamps to attend any virtual oil program, which is normally when we have our Friday events or any special events such as today's lifetime event. Okay, that is actually our speaker is Gloria. So what happens is when you actually collect the stamps, when you have 2 stamps, you get a free succulent clay diffuser, and you get 5 stamps, you get an aluminum car vent diffuser, and 10 stamps, you get a mini aromatherapy humidifier diffuser. Okay, how to redeem? You can actually contact, okay, your Silver Plus leader to redeem. Okay, so how do you stamp? You can download this StampMe app. Okay, this is the one from the App Store. You can download it, and then you can scan the QR code, which I'll be just showing in just a short while. What if you're not a doTERRA member under Living Essentially yet? It doesn't matter. You can actually download first, and subsequently, when you become a member, what stamp that you accumulated can be counted towards getting the gifts. Okay, so without further ado, I will actually show the stamps. Okay, so this is the QR code. For some of you who actually log into this using the phone, you may key in a manual code instead. Okay, so once again, here I would like to actually thank Gloria, okay, once again for actually sharing today. It's really very insightful and something that, yeah, I'm sure many of us actually gained and benefited from it. You can see from the many questions. Okay, I'll just leave it here for about 20 more seconds. And once again, thank all you for coming. Okay, hope you also have a great lunch today. And what Gloria said today is a very good day, right? Good time. Yeah. So make full use of today. Okay, so I'll leave for about 5 more seconds. Somebody said code not recognized. Let me test again because I've actually tried it just now. Yeah, I should be able to work the code. Can you try to scan again? You're talking about the manual code, is it? It should work also. Yeah. Okay, Ken. So, okay, once again, thank you everybody for being here, and have a very good afternoon and a good weekend ahead. Okay, bye.